Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy, Love and Light. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about being alone. I've heard a bunch of different things, and I don't really agree with any of them. And I don't really think that being alone is supposed to be demonized. And I don't believe that being alone is supposed to, say that you're not worthy or you feel you have no worth. I don't believe any of those things. As a matter of fact, I've heard a whole lot of, crazy crap from a bunch of known and unknown individuals that seem to believe that um, weaponizing or dropping someone to their knees is a way to bring someone up and forward. Like, I'm gonna break you down and then help you rise up. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. Mind my French. I do apologize. Because the way I look at it, you're already on your knees. You're already broke down. You're already facing questions that you don't have the answers to. You're already looking at your life like, what went wrong? How did I get here? You know, why is it that what I once believed was going to be, carry me forward, so to speak, is gone? It's a hindrance. It's a hurt. Something came and twisted it up. I mean, like the multitude of reasons is like endless as far as why, someone can perceive whether they feel that they're of stature or not. Like, they're a well-named person, or a well-named organization, or, it's the latter, and it's someone who's, you know, voicing their opinion about what it is that they perceive, right? There's that word again. Oh, my nose. The divine wants me to let you know that it's okay to hang out in solitude. It's okay to walk away from the noise, to listen to what your voice is trying to tell you. And sometimes, well, all the time, the only way you're able to actually hear and tamp down all the exterior noise is to be alone. Because you can control your environment when you're the only one in it. And that's where being alone is a benefit to you as an individual looking to understand, find the value, look at the lesson, pick what is a tool, and, give the rest to the ultimate one. Forgive yourself for being in that situation to begin with, because at this point you're probably beating yourself up, right? And, forgive the other party as well, because truly they don't really know what they're doing. Because when people operate out of their primal selves, right? Like the person that they were forced to grow up into because of their circumstances or their surroundings or their environment, right? It doesn't mean that that's the person you have to remain. And that also doesn't mean that you have to keep those traits and that they have to remain the same. Because part of understanding life is knowing that nothing stays the same and everything is a continual change. It's how do you roll with it? How do you embrace it? Are you fighting it? Are you walking blindly with it? Are you going with the flow, right? The universe wants you to know that the next best part of being alone, right, is realizing and recognizing that you're actually never alone. And you don't need 3D or physical form anything to be in your reality to show that you have friendship, love, worth, companionship, a partner, if you will, a friend, whatever, right? And I learned this a while back, and it clicked. It really did click. I always thought that there was something that I was missing and it was outside of me. But it really wasn't. It was inside of me. And I realized that when I sat in solitude. I've been pretty much by myself, surrounded by myself, dealing with myself. Oh, that feather won't stop. Thank you, Divine. Thank you. But anyways, I've been surrounded by myself since the full year of 2023 forward. There has been people who come and people who go. Well, not really. Like, my kids come and go occasionally, maybe a handful of times within the last 2 years, which is okay, because I needed to be able to work out things without outside interference. And it made it easier for me to be able to retain the value and understand the lessons and know that. And the most important thing that I learned was that I am not alone. I mean, I always knew I wasn't alone. I always knew that. Like, I always felt presence around me. Like, spiritual presence. I always thought it was my mom, and then later my dad. Or maybe my grandmom, you know what I mean? Or my grandpappy. So, but no. I mean, yes, but more than that. So, there's a whole other world that is just beyond our view, that intermingles with us every single day. The spirits of the highest realms. And they showed themselves to me in physical 3D form. In the form of orbs, in the form of dashing symbols and patterns that are being drawn out in front of me in the sky. Protection symbols that are being placed upon me. And I realized that it's more than just ancestry that is with me. I have a vast universe of highest, loving, pure energy forms that are all around me. And they're all around you too. So, straight off, you are never, ever alone. Whether they show themselves to you or not is yet to be seen. But don't count it off as bad vision or, an eye ailment. Consider yourself blessed and lucky to be enlightened, to be touched with the glory that you hold deep down inside and know is true. Like, you're not the only one here. Like, we're all energy forms, and that, death doesn't stop us, nor does birth begin us, but we transcend, right? Throughout time. Time is linear. Where we come from, time just really isn't a factor. What really is a factor is interconnectivity and unity and, self-care, self-love, and offering that to every energy form, positive and pure, because there is a united force. We are part of it. It's whether or not you're aware of it or not. But don't worry, there's always time. And with me guiding and directing the messages that the universe wants everyone to hear, putting it on the airwaves so that at any time, at any point, everyone can have access to hear, to feel, to resonate, and to understand that when we choose to be alone, it's not because someone else broke us down. And we don't need another person in physical form, whether they're speaking from a negative place or not, right? Because what's above is below, what is high energy is low energy, what is, love and light is dense and dark, right? Contrast, equal, balance, find the harmony, right? So understand that if you believe in love and light, then you need to realize that dark and dense is like the polar opposite of that. And in order to stay universally balanced, right, in the scheme of life, we need to remain in the center, where we have access to both places and we're able to utilize the gifts that are given to us from both sides in order to stay strong and straight. And sometimes you need to be alone in order to understand more about you and less about how other people may perceive, who you were, who you are, or who you're morphing into through positivity, love, and forward motion. Because keep in mind that we live in a world of motion, continual, consistent, constant motion. Where are you in that part? Because if you just stand still, you might get swept away. And is that the way you want to go? Is that the direction that you should be? Are you letting another direct your route by maybe making you feel some type of doubt because you want to learn more about you and maybe use alone time as a positive and not perceive it as what they consider a negative to be? Everybody has their own free will to decide and discern. It's a personal question that everyone will come across when the time is right. And what I'm telling you, reminding you, offering you, sharing with you, is everything that I've learned along the way. And this is just a drop in the bucket of what I can provide to anyone, everyone. What I've already given, what I can give tomorrow with, the wisdom and the guidance from the divine. Because my inner knowing is constantly increasing, constantly. And my field is stronger and stronger, and my aura brighter and brighter. And it lets me easily and effortlessly see what may be missed or unseen by another. Helping and guiding and teaching with love and encouragement. And the ability to, resonate with. So, everyone perceives things differently. And everyone has a different way of learning, absorbing, and understanding knowledge. And I have a multitude of ways of being able to offer those tools to everyone, regardless of what limitations they believe that they may have currently. When I taught kids how to talk, I put their hand over my voice box so that they could feel the vibration in my throat move with each word I spoke. And then I would, put their hand over my mouth and I would speak so that they could feel the breath, how it hits the hand, and receive stimulation from other senses. Pretty much I'm a well-rounded person who has the ability to go full circle and provide, you know, that life tube, that life circle. What do you call that when you throw that disc out in the ocean? I should know that. And all I can think of is life tube. And I know that's not right. Regardless, I'm here for you. And I offer a multitude of services. And I am positive that whatever partnership that we come up with would be a customized, personalized, you know, directed toward you specifically. And whatever situation, pain point, or, you know, point on your road that you may be, that you would like a guiding, helping, outreached, loving, gentle touch in order to help you understand, perceive, go forward, have, you know, courage and strength, because not everybody, you know, jumps into the game boldly, you know, without hesitation or doubt. Not everybody, you know, has the ability to look outside of the matrix, to trust their imagination, to understand that what you're being tickled with, right? Like curiosity, why, questions, you know, position, places where you've been, who you are, what you're going to be, right? All those what, where, when, why, how things. You know, when you're there, call me, because I'd love to talk to you. You know what? Better yet, email me, because I have monthly newsletters and I'm getting ready to generate the one for July currently. And I would love to be able to include you in my inspirational newsletter family. And if you've got suggestions, drop me a dime and let me know, because interconnectivity and collaboration, they go hand in hand. And I cannot wait to speak with each and every one. And don't think it's a one and done either, because I'm here for the long haul. And sometimes things take time. So my partnerships are geared over a specific amount of time. And that would be determined between what would be best for you and how we can work that into a doable situation in order to aid in bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, you know, stretched out over a course of time. Because keep in mind, nothing worth having happens overnight, nor does it happen in an instant. And I am definitely the poster child for that. It took me 9 months to be able to put my body back together again on a herbal regimen that was specifically geared to controlling, reducing, eliminating, actually, right? Controlled elimination of the parasites that consumed my body and were, you know, actually killing me. And I'm no longer there. I am healthy. I am stronger with every breath and every move I make, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I am being given confirmation after confirmation, telling me, showing me that my whole life, everything that I've always done, that has just come naturally and resonated to me as the way that I wanted to live my life, right? Not labeling, not grouping, not associating the negativity of maybe one or a few into the masses or the majority, because that's not fair. I wouldn't want that. I was never going to give that. And I always looked for and never found a place I felt comfortable and safe. But that's what I'm here to offer you. What I never had. But I am so willing and ready to give to you. A comfortable, loving space where you can take your time. Baby steps if you need to. But have a friend, a partner, an ally, if you will, that won't lie or steer you wrong or sugarcoat or hide, but very gently show you compassion and empathy and instruction through knowledge and wisdom, and remind to you that you possess the strongest guiding light, your soul, your higher consciousness. And don't forget, play with your inner child. Stay light at heart. Stay young and vibrant, inward and outward. And you can do that with adding loving motion into everything that you do. And I am here to offer this encouragement and so much more. So reach out. Let me know how I can help you. And who knows? Maybe we'll have a lifelong soul family partnership at the very end, or even right at the start, because you know what? Our higher selves, our soul, recognizes real and kin. So maybe that's why they say that, love at first sight. Like meaning and in depth, deep, heartfelt, easily compatible. Like your piece fits perfectly in that puzzle. And that puzzle fits perfectly in your puzzle. So, let me know what your thoughts are. But whatever you do today, if you need time to sit alone, to be alone, to learn more about you, don't let the insecurities of another mindset, perception, place, whatever, try to deter you from the self-healing and the self-love that solitude does bring, because it offers you the ability to be able to talk to yourself, to learn how to live with yourself, and recognize the pieces within you that you may have overlooked or thought were childish or silly or just not meant, like outside of the matrix. And sometimes, most of the time, the matrix will tell you that you can dream, but you could never obtain your dreams. And I'm here to tell you that spirituality gives you the ability through your third eye, through your, constant communication, known or unknown, because your higher self is always mixing with the higher realms, right? That spirituality does not cap anything. Your possibilities are absolutely, positively endless. And there is nothing that, you can't do, because you could do everything. Anything and everything that you choose in a positive, forward, loving manner, especially if it's helping another, right? regardless of what that or who that other may be, is always a plus plus. And it's smiled upon by the light essence family that you may not yet be aware is all around you. So keep in mind, be mindful, keep love in your heart, and I encourage solitude, positive, and uplifting. And I also encourage you to reach out to me should you feel the urge, and the universe, the divine, your spirit team, will tell you, hit that like button, leave that comment, share your message. Don't be, hesitant. Be courageous. If you know you need help, talk to Wendy, because she's the safest thing that you've got in your corner. Trust what the universe is giving to you. Because if you're hearing this message, then not only is the universe providing me to you, but the universe is providing you to me. Interconnectivity. My lovely family, whatever you do today, I am sending you courageousness, bravery, and the ability to dig down, to take time apart if you need to understand that not everything or everyone understands, because it's only meant for you to truly understand what resonates with you. That's part of this individuality thing, right? Because we're not groups, we are individuals in groups. Be the leader of your group by being the leader of your vessel, the leader of your life, the leader of your destiny, the leader of who you always knew you were supposed to be. Courageousness, bravery, commitment, consistent, constant, love and light, forward motion. Can't forget that. I love you.